Okay, so what I want to do, here's the YouTube video link up top. I'll put this in the description too. This is full Hillary Clinton first speech since 9/11 spill. This is at North Carolina. This is the same thing that I just reported on, but now this is the ABC version of this thing. It has 51,000 views at the time that I'm watching this. Today is September 18th at 4:12 Eastern. Anyways, so let's go look at this. You know, my main point of these things is I believe she used a double, and I believe that this whole thing is some kind of like photoshopped green screened thing. I'm not good enough at the digital side of this to tell you, was it CGI or was it just a green screen? Like I think of CGI like in Star Wars where they start doing, putting in all the little animals and creatures. And I don't know. I don't think it looks like this does. I think that this is kind of old school green screen. And a lot of people believed that and looked at that video, and a lot of people didn't. This one I think is closer to the smoking gun. So let's go watch this.
Rip our country apart. Are we going to work with our allies to keep us safe? Or are we going to put a loose cannon in charge who would risk?
So this looks pretty okay right up at this point. And then things are going to start getting a little wonky here.
Everything generations of Americans have worked so hard to build.
So you can start seeing there's there's little blips that are just, that one was just right around her mouth. So maybe I can focus on this. Her eyes are looking, I mean, that looks pretty green to me. That's a really nice shot of her eyes. So if you look at that one, I mean, I don't see a lot of blue there, and that's what I would have expected. But I mean, that looks kind of weird. You're not supposed to see that on just like raw, normal white footage. I mean, her whole face gets kind of tweaked out. All right, let's keep going.
Build. Now, I have a lot of confidence in the American.
Whoa, what were those? That's kind of weird. It also didn't look like it affected the background very much. Look at that. That's just bizarre. Okay.
Confidence in the American people and in our country. My opponent keeps running us down, saying we're weak, a disaster, an embarrassment.
Whoa. Let's go back just a little bit. Because I saw her. What the hell is that? That's amazing. That's just simply amazing. But that's not even the best one. All right, let's keep going.
Every time he says things like that, I think about Janelle and her strength in the face of cancer.
Yeah, where did her hand just go? Where did that sound just go?
Sarah in the face of their health challenges. And that little boy in Flint who gets up every day and goes to school even though he can't drink the water.
Now, if you look here, she has a little bit of the neck crease. I mean, that's what I expect when I see this, but that doesn't look right to me.
See, my opponent.
Again, okay, so first off, she suddenly grew like 10 extra pairs of arms. This whole thing is wonked. And those still look like brown eyes to me. Those don't look like blue eyes. So this is getting pretty wonky. I mean, I wouldn't expect this. You know, if the whole thing was blowing up and like this, and that whole screen wasn't doing well, maybe. But that's just not what we're seeing here. I mean, if you look here at the corner of the teleprompter, that thing is fine this entire time.
Has America all wrong? There's nothing we can't do when we come together as one nation. Set big goals.
So the sound keeps kicking out. Okay, so we're almost there. Gonna keep watching this.
And the American dream is big enough for everyone to share.
Whoa. That is not supposed to happen. So like, okay. anybody that remembers watching HBO back in the day, trying to go peek through any of the screens here, would know that when like the whole signal gets wonky, like everything gets scrambled. Why is just her outline scrambled? It looks like you can tell pretty easily just right here. This is the part that was imported in. So here's your green screen background or your flag background. Here's the part that comes in here. This part, it's just, some people are saying she's a hologram or something. This looks like the program when like they processed this video broke, or it's not being read correctly, and you're seeing the distortion on one of the layers, not necessarily the whole thing.
Promise. So if you believe the minimum wage should be a living wage, that no one who works full time should have to raise their child in poverty, join us. If you believe that every man, woman, and child in America has the right to affordable health care, and women should be free to make our own health decisions.
So, I don't know. This to me is a pretty good smoking gun that when she completely vanishes, but the background does not change in the slightest, that this whole thing is like a Photoshop nightmare gone wrong. And I'm glad that ABC 15 has just sort of left this one up there for us to look at. That's what I got. Bye.